The city of St. Petersburg, Florida, is becoming known as the City of the Arts. Find out why by taking a virtual tour through some of St. Pete's best art studios and galleries. Join us in advocating for the arts, facilitating the growth of our arts community, and driving arts-related economic development in St. Petersburg. Our first tour is at Charlie Parker Pottery, where Charlie himself is going to take you on a tour of his studio and gallery. Take it away, Charlie.
Hello, I'm Charlie Parker. This is Charlie Parker Pottery. Welcome. We have our gallery, and we're going to give you a gallery tour today. So we have around 20 artists that are represented in this studio, and they're all generally members and staff. We have our gallery walk every second Saturday. This one's going to be more of a virtual walk. So I'm going to take you through the studio. So come on. We have some pottery that just came out of the gas kiln. We have two big gas kilns in the back. We also have several electrics up front. All these little cubbies that you guys are going to be seeing today are our membership. We offer a monthly membership to about maybe 20 people, and that is their display. They're responsible for that. We take a slight commission when we sell the work. This is Paula Briggs' spot, and here she has her tools and everything in the little cubbies. And what we do with that is they return everything to their space after using our facility, so that other people can come in. We also have a lot of other items here. We have our recycled clay that we mix with some of our scraps so that we don't waste it. A lot of that comes from some of the trimmings of our pottery. And we have a big pug mill. I'll show you that. And this one was just made from that clay. That's one of my planters. We like to make planters with recycled clay. And we also get all of our clay from Continental Clay in Minneapolis. And then we have a slab roller. We roll out slabs. And in this corner here, we have the pug mill I was telling you about. So we put the clay inside the pug mill, and it spits it out the other end, and we make little logs out of it. And it's just like using fresh clay. It's already de-aired. Back in the back here, we actually have our kiln area. We're not going to go out back there today. We have our electrics, and in the back yet, we also have our gas kilns. We have two of them. One's a soda kiln, one is a high fire gas for reduction fired pottery. And we have our sink, our slab roller. From also that slab roller creates these tiles. This was our latest project, and we do these wonderful tiles. We roll them out. They're consistent in width, and we make sure that they all fit together. We slide them on a table, we build it, and carve it, paint it, fire it in the gas kiln. And this just came out this morning, so we're finished with it. We're going to pack it up today, and we're going to bring it to our client that just kind of designed it with us and ordered it. And it's one of the best projects around. And if you guys are ever interested, let us know. We'll make one for you. This is a door surround. It also has a light switch that is in it. So when we put that up, we can custom it for any doors or fireplaces, things like that. So this is a great project. We enjoyed making that. And you can see we offer our members use of our little kitchen. We have two restrooms that we're proud of. I made the sinks. And let's show you guys the sinks. I'm very proud of this little room. So you can see these are sinks that are ready to be sold as well. Some of our little archives on the wall. And this is the sink that I made 8 years ago when we moved in here. We've been in this building for 8 years. We just celebrated our 8th year on Leap Day, which is February 29th. And we had a nice party and we did a lot of great things. This is kind of one of the new things that I'm working on right now. This is, I'm calling it a show that I'm going to develop called Luminaries. And you can see we put a little light in here, and we can also put candles. And it lights up very well. That's about it.
Now let's go on a tour of MGA Sculpture Studio, the ArtsXchange, and Softwater Studios.
Hello, and welcome to MGA Sculpture Studio at the ArtsXchange. We're located on the ArtsXchange campus at the intersection of 5th Avenue South and 22nd Street. And here's our signs, you can recognize us. And I'm going to give you a tour of the studio. As you can see, because of COVID, we're closed to the public, but we're going to go on a private tour. Come with me. This is our showroom, and it has examples of past projects and samples and surfaces, materials. I use this space to show clients what the possibilities are for sculpture. And through here, it's where all the magic happens. This is the studio. Come on in. Right now, taking up the bulk of the studio is a project for downtown St. Petersburg on the pier approach to commemorate with a monument the first commercial aviation flight. And it is a life-size replica of the Benoit airplane, which was an old airboat biplane, and the wingspan is 45 feet long, and it is, the fuselage is about 26 feet long, and it's going to sit on top of the wave, all made out of stainless steel, and the wave's about 12 feet high. So all of this is made possible by an in-house water jet that we have, is right through that room there. And you can see we've got these carts here fabricated that hold all of our components in place as we weld them all together. And we haven't begun the fuselage yet. That's the next phase. So as we, if you come over here, show you another part of this project, which is these two figures that will be cast in bronze. We call these patterns. And we have here Tony Janis, and right here is Mayor File. And you can see all of the research that goes into creating these pieces. And we're replicating the sculpture based on a photograph of the first flight landing in Tampa. So it took off from St. Petersburg and it landed in Tampa. We've got several really cool projects coming up this year. After this, we're going to be working on a project for Loveland, Fort Collins in Colorado, and it's called Acumen, and it is a large stainless steel piece that is meant to represent an ammonite. And we're also working on a piece for Altamont, which is here in Florida, right near Orlando. And that piece is called Nurture, and it's made out of stainless steel as well. So, as soon as everyone can get out and be public again, I hope you can make it by MGA for the next Art Walk. Thank you for joining us.
Hello there, and welcome to the ArtsXchange. My name is Bailey Goomany, and I am the curator of our current exhibition, Off the Dome, Artists of the Dome Industrial Project, a partnership between the Warehouse Arts District Association, 6 local artists, and the city of St. Petersburg to revitalize the Dome Industrial markers located throughout Midtown. This exhibition highlights community, diversity, and of course, our city's love of the arts. Our 6 featured artists are Elaine Chambliss, Justin Sears, Catherine Weaver, Suzanne Sangrico, Brian McAllister, and Zulu Painter. Today, we will be looking at all the work in the exhibition. Thus concludes our tour of Off the Dome, Artists of the Dome Industrial Project here at the Arts Exchange. My name is Bailey Gumini, and I hope you have a fabulous virtual second Saturday, and I hope we get to see you all again soon in the gallery when it's safe and sound. We can all enjoy art together.
Hi, welcome to Softwater Studios. Thank you for joining us for this very special virtual art walk. We're located on the Arts Exchange campus right next door to MGA Sculpture Studio and are home to not only a beautiful gallery but 5 working artist studios. Join us for a quick tour of our gallery. One of our artists here is working today, and he's going to tell us about a piece in just a moment. But first, I'd like to introduce you to the work of Jim Cameron. He's a figurative painter whose most recent series is fairly politically charged, featuring political figures who are making an impact in today's society. He shares a studio space with his wife, Jamie Haskins, who is a plein air painter, who depicts scenes of St. Petersburg beach and urban life. These little gems are available for viewing and purchase. Simply make an appointment with us and we'll be happy to make that possible. Flanking these pieces are the works of Wendy Durand, a potter here, also working out of soft water, whose forms like to delight the senses and are simply wonderful in their simple elegance. As we come around, you'll see a piece by Mark Ayling called Chromorphous. It's made out of 10,000 colored pencils, addressing pixelation in a 3-dimensional form. As you come around the side, you'll see the colored pencils take shape to create the contour of an oversized pair of lips. Here we have the work of George Retkees, who works in MGA Sculpture Shop. He contributes his expertise in working with stainless steel sculpture towards the fabrication of larger public art projects with them. Carrie Jadis is our resident studio owner and gallery owner, who is going to tell us a little bit about her most recent piece.
Hi, my name is Carrie Jadis. Thank you for coming on our virtual tour. This is a recent piece that I completed called Amaryllistic. And this is a floral piece. I like to play around with bright florals, and this was painted from life from a bouquet from my backyard. Behind that is a little sneak peek at a piece that's in progress. This is a giant portrait of Jose Marti, and it's currently in the works, and I'm taking advantage of our empty gallery. So I'm going to introduce you to an artist that's also working here today.
Hi, I'm Robert Sutherland, and I have the pleasure of being an artist in residence here and part of this wonderful gallery. I'm a teacher at the Dunedin Fine Arts Center for the last 12 years. This piece was done for a show there, and just finished this, so this will be new to the gallery. And now we have a piece here that this is part of what I teach in the class called spinning, where it looks at first sight, for some people a very long time, to be abstract, when it actually is 2 people kissing. Thank you.
And we'll end with this piece by Mark Ayling called Sliced Bison, created in his signature waffling and slicing technique, made out of aluminum. Once we're reopened, we'd love to see all of you here at Softwater Studios. We'll be changing out the shows, and stay tuned for new work coming soon.
Next up, here's a really short tour of Art Fusion galleries in downtown St. Petersburg. Now let's visit the Leslie Curran Gallery, where Leslie herself is going to take us on a short tour.
Hello everyone, welcome to the second Saturday Art Walk. Well, let me remove my mask so you can hear me a little better. This is kind of unusual, of course, since we're in the gallery and nobody is in here, but I'm so glad that you're able to see this at home and see some of the fabulous artwork that we have in this exhibit by Michelle Delgado and Rebecca Zweibel, Art Brut. And starting, it's funny, I stand in front of his painting of a person with a mask, titled, "The Narrative You Want to Keep." So really, as with most of Michel's works, it's all about the narrative and the story. Michel was born in Senegal, West Africa, a self-taught artist, much beloved in the art community, spent his time between Chicago and Key West, and has really, over the years, produced some incredible work. If you look at it, a lot of his work has a lot of white paint. And as we come over here to this one of the things on the last Mainsail Arts Festival, he won the Best of Show. And what I liked about the judge that presented the awards kept talking about his use of light, not just as a filler, but really as the primary color of his pieces. So we've got this piece and this mixed media piece, even though it's on panel, he also used some rope in there for just an added feature. And all of his works are stories. He has no set impression of whatever symbolism of what everything is. It's just all over the years what the piece is telling is a story of his interactions with light on a daily basis. And not just in 2019 was he the Mainsail Best of Show, but he also was Best of Show in 2015 and 2016. Two different judges, the one the following year not knowing he had won the previous year. So I think that really speaks highly for his quality of work. And they're just fun. If you look at the rabbit on wheels, you can put any kind of story to that, or meaning, and it speaks differently to different people. So we were just thrilled to have this exhibit for him. Unfortunately, with the move online gallery, this small piece, the diverse world we share, which is so apropos for today's world, was one of the first to sell. So there are still pieces available. Just look us up online and see what's left. We thought it was great Paris. Actually, Robin, Dana, curated the show and paired with Rebecca Zweibel, whose work is just fabulous. She's a ceramicist in St. Petersburg, works out of the Moyen Center for Clay. When she does her vessels, she does 2 pieces of clay and puts them together. And I love the color, and it's not just on the outside of the vessel or piece, but also on the inside. You can see different scripts or images, which are just so cool. I love the color. And she also has some fabulous wall pieces. So whenever we go into people's homes, we try to tell them you don't just have to have a 2D piece or painted photograph on your wall. You can also do something like this, which is a ceramic wall piece. And that really changes the dynamic of any room. And it's a lot of fun. So I think the main thing we wanted you to do tonight is get a good look at these 2 fabulous artists and see that things can be different. And then you can pair things. You don't have to stick with one set artist, one type, 2D. You can mix with 3D, wood, glass, metal, and have fun in your home. So now, I hope you enjoyed that.
St. Petersburg is truly the city of the arts. Thank you for watching these video tours of some of St. Pete's art galleries and studios. For more information, visit us at stpeteartsalliance.org.